Now, Isaiah Sharp with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Happy Friday to you, Idaho. Hope you're enjoying the first day of spring and this lovely Friday. I started my day off with a nice walk and take a look. The cherry blossoms looking stunning over in the north end. And hey, if you look really closely, you might see a couple of pollinators out there on top of that too. Great conditions, absolutely beautiful skies on top of that as well. And those are going to be continuing as we head into this weekend too. But man, we got to talk about the record-breaking heat that we have been experiencing. Wednesday saw a record of 6 degrees broken from 1910 was the last time we saw temperatures like this. Thursday, we tied a record. Today, 81, the warmest that we've seen in the Treasure Valley region. National Weather Service says we've been flirting with 82 degrees just over the last about 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to sit at an 81 right now. Maybe at the 6 o'clock, we might have an updated score on that. But yeah, still really impressive conditions to end winter and to start the spring month.
Forecast.
Well, I made a promise we'd be doing a forecast from the Ferris wheel, and that is the case. We are now at the top of the Western Idaho Fair. Absolutely beautiful seeing all the sights, the sounds, the lights, and all the Idahoans having a great time out here at the Western Idaho Fair. Temperatures today were pretty toasty. 93 degrees the warmest that we saw, but the warmest is still set to come. Current temperature sitting into the 80s right now. Yeah, we'll see how those last night thunderstorms will impact the course today. Current temperature sitting into those 60s and cloudy skies, but they are expected to break if you're making your way out here to the Boise Open. Taking a look at our Grove Tower cam, and yes, you can see those clouds off into the background, but we are expecting them to break at some point today, hopefully around the lunch hours when we're going to see it. We are tracking a stray storm passing over the Caldwell region. Shouldn't make its way over to Boise, but still going to be paying attention to those isolated thunderstorms that are passing through the Treasure Valley. Temperatures expected to be into those 80s today, and so as soon as the skies start to break, the course should start to dry up as well. Heading into the evening time, temperatures will be sitting into those mid-80s. Perfect conditions, I would say, to close out the tournament. We'll pay attention, like I mentioned, to those skies starting to clear up as the morning continues on, but it looks as though it is going to be a beautiful one out here. It's amazing seeing all the people enjoying the lovely conditions we're seeing right now, and temperatures are expected to be really nice into the evening. Don, Jeff, back to you. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us here on Idaho News 6. I'm Isaiah Sharp. Coming up in a few moments, our team of neighborhood reporters are telling stories across the Gem State that matter to you and your community. We will get to them in just a moment, but we have to start with the forecast. A pretty active situation and a tale of two stories. Behind me here, you can see a couple of broken clouds. The sun broke through a few moments ago. As you start to head a little bit to the east, those clouds develop, and then to the north. Pretty active thunderstorms and showers passing through the Treasure Valley. Take a look at some of this video that we captured earlier today. The storm started to develop in Boise around about 8:30, 9 o'clock, then making their way into Meridian and Eagle. Now starting to lighten up over the Nampa and Caldwell region, making their way towards Ontario in a northwest motion. And it looks as though these showers were pretty active just in this morning. And so, I mean, you can see just all the dark that's behind me here. Pretty impressive to see the thunder that passed on through to form of snow. But here is that major system that's going to be moving on in, dropping those temperatures. We've been waiting for this guy to arrive. He's been sleeping for a majority of this winter, finally starting to bring in the weather we need. There's that snow into the mountains, rain expected for us, but rain snow mix is going into later tonight as those temperatures start to cool on down, because that cold front is going to draw in some very chilly conditions for us. And it's going to move right over the top of northern Idaho, bringing in some snow heading into Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm expecting Thursday to have some slight activity. Temperatures just under 60 degrees right now. A little bit of wind making its way into Idaho because of that low pressure system that passed through, brought in all those showers. The tail end of that system is kind of whipping in some wind into the area, but it's bringing some nice dry skies. People enjoying all the dry conditions out of the village and Meridian. And we'll talk more about the dry conditions that are on the way, but we just experienced one of the more historic months when it comes to 2026. This was the wettest April ever recorded. That recording goes back to 1877 that we saw, and it was impressive. All of that thunderstorm activity and all of that rain that came on through. The Boise region recording 3.87 inches had fallen in value, and the average sitting at about 1.23. So that's more than triple the amount of normal rain that we see this time of month, coming off of one of the more historic winters that we saw, one of the warmest since 1934. And then April just decided to flip the switch and say, hey, we are going to add a lot of rain on top of this too. We're still sitting in a drought, at least when it comes to snow. Those reservoirs are looking really nice, but we still are struggling with that snowpack. Want to highlight that key point.